I wanted to ask, everyone has their own considerations to make when they're coming back. You had some family stuff back home and the news with your wife. I mean, what was the process like of thinking about this season and what you were going to do once it restarted?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough because there was a lot up in the air. But honestly, with everything going on, it was nice being home with the family. I got to spend a lot of holidays I didn't think I was ever going to spend with my family, like both me and my brother's birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day, that you don't usually get to spend with your family. So that was kind of a blessing in disguise. But, I mean, the whole time I was ready to get back to baseball. I was ready to feel like I was worth something again.
Rock Baco, go ahead.
Hey, John. We were told that you had thrown 4 innings in a live BP session. How are you physically right now, and how close do you think you are to being exactly where you need to be?
I think I'm very close. Over the quarantine, I had built up to 5 innings, 75 pitches. But since the testing and the couple days off we had to take, we kind of bumped it back down to 465. I finished strong. I didn't feel any sort of different fatigue or anything like that. I felt strong, and I feel like if I had to go out there tomorrow and pitch, I could.
Rich Dubroff, go ahead with your question.
Hey, John. What do you think it's going to feel like for you pitching in an empty stadium without fans?
It's going to be weird. It's going to be different. But the weirdest part is all these games count more than they ever have, and you're not going to feel that energy of these games counting from the fans. So it's kind of a mix of both, which I think it might take some getting used to. But I think overall, I think this team, especially for how young we are, we're able to create energy in the dugout and on the field. So I think we kind of have an advantage with that.
Jeff Arnold, go ahead with your question, Jeff.
John, what's going on? Hope you're staying safe with everything going on. I heard you got to face your brother in some lives as a way for you to stay in shape. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that was something we have never done before. I faced him probably 300 times over quarantine. So I gotta face him quite a few times. We played on a 2A high school field. That was where I threw most of my lives, and it was about 250 to left field. So he got me a few times. Some real ones, some that are wall scrapers that might have been an easy fly out. But it was fun. That's something, again, we would have never done before, and we got the chance to do.
Dan Conley, go ahead with your question.
First of all, John, congratulations on impending fatherhood. That's awesome to hear.
Thank you.
Secondly, you were a longtime minor leaguer. Your brother's a minor leaguer. You're going through all this. How much do you think about what those guys are going through? Obviously, you're going to get a chance to play, but a lot of these guys, with the minor league season gone, will not. Do you think about that much? And do you talk to your brother a little bit about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It really is, especially just you're losing a year of development. But I think once we get back to the swing of things and once we get back to the next year, the guys that put in the work will exceed everybody else. I mean, I feel like the split between the guys that put in the work during the off season and the guys that didn't are going to be, astronomical. So if you stay on your stuff, you can, skip up through the minor leagues pretty quick, I think. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference coming back.
Mark Viviano, go ahead with your question, Mark.
Hey, John. Wondering if you guys if you've given any thought to how good you guys could be in 3 weeks and what the competition will be like, given that some teams have some guys dropping out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a season like no other. And I don't think we even have any idea what it's going to look like. I don't think any team really has an idea of what it's going to look like once games start. But we feel like we're in it. We feel like we have a chance. I mean, we have probably the least amount of service time out of any team. But like I said, I think that kind of plays to our advantage because everybody's really excited to be here, and we can create that energy that other teams might need the fans for that.
Todd Karpovich, go ahead with your question, Todd.
Hey, John, how's it going? Do you have to make any adjustments as a pitcher with the shortened season, the 60 games, or are you going to kind of stay in the same kind of thought process of playing a full season?
As far as the routine goes, it's pretty much the same. But, I mean, you really don't need to hold anything back. Not that I ever do, but it's a sprint. I mean, you got to leave everything you possibly have out there. I'll probably get 12 starts. So, that's less than half of what I would normally get. I mean, you might as well just let it eat every game and then walk off the field like you gave it your all.
Joe Tresla, go ahead with your question, Joe.
Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, doing well.
I'm wondering if you were able to do any pitch design stuff during quarantine. I know you're always tinkering with new pitches and trying to work on your arsenal. Were you able to do that during the shutdown?
Yeah. That's a day-by-day basis. I'm always trying to work to get pitches better. I'm always trying to kind of tweak things here and there to gain an advantage. The curveball, I was kind of texting with Hull a little bit. He's kind of the pitch design guy. So I was kind of texting him with that. It's improving. I just got to get more consistent with it, and I'm excited to start using it more. But we'll see once season starts. All bets are off. I'm just going to go out there and throw what's working that day.
John Mioli with another question. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, John, kind of along those lines, we didn't get to see a ton of you in person before things shut down. I mean, how different or improved do you feel of a pitcher you were when things shut down, and what could be the differences that people might see this year?
I guess we might have to wait and see. I'm always tinkering, always trying to get better. That's what I felt during the All-Star game, and being around all those guys and seeing how much they just try to create, something new, something different. That are trying to always get better. I'm always tinkering, always trying to get the most out of my body and the most out of my pitches. And come game one, we'll see how it looks, and I'll leave it at that.